Hey everybody, welcome back to our New Testament challenge. Today we're in Matthew chapter 20. We're moving right along. We don't have many more chapters in the book of Matthew. But today we're looking at chapter 20, and in this chapter there's an overall theme. And Jesus here is speaking in parables. We've talked about parables a lot. Jesus has spoken parables a lot in these past recent chapters that we've been walking through. But between the parable and what he tells his disciples, there's a common theme. And that common theme here in this passage of scripture is the first will be last. Well, David, that's almost an oxymoron. I think that's the English phrase. I'm not an English person. I can just speak it. But anyway, the first will be last. Let's look at chapter 20. It's the parable of the vineyard workers. For the kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out early in the morning to hire workers for his vineyard. After agreeing with the workers on 1 denarius, he sent them into his vineyard for the day. When he went out about 9 in the morning, he saw others standing in the marketplace doing nothing. He said to them, "You also go into my vineyard, and I'll give you whatever is right." So off they went. About noon and about 3, he went out again and did the same thing. Then about 5, he went and found others standing around and said to them, "Why have you been standing here all day doing nothing?" "Because no one hired us," they said to him. "You also go to my vineyard," he told them. When evening came, the owner of the vineyard told his foreman, "Call the workers and give them their pay, starting with the last and ending with the first." When those who were hired about 5 came, they each received 1 denarius. So when the first ones came, they assumed they would get more, but they also received a denarius each. When they received it, they began to complain to the landowner, "These last men put in 1 hour, and you made them equal to us who bear the burden of the day's working and the burning heat." He replied to them, "Friend, I'm doing you no wrong. Didn't you agree with me on a denarius? Take what's yours and go. I want to give this last man the same as I gave you. Don't I have the right to do what I want with what is mine? Are you jealous because I'm generous? So the last will be first and the first last." Now let's quickly jump over to verse 28, and it says, actually back up, 26. "It must be like that among you. On the contrary, whoever wants to be great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first among you must be your slave." So this thought, this idea, the concept of the first will be last. When we desire to be first, we have this mindset of elevating ourselves greater above all. But this is the thing: Christ, who is the greatest of them all, came. He was the least of them all. He was the lowest. He did not desire the fame and the status. But he came and he hung out with the worst of the worst because he desired to be with us. That's us, the worst of the worst. But when we desire to be first, we're instilling pride in ourselves when we are thinking that we are better than others, when in fact we are all sinners in need of grace. And so when we walk through our day, we should desire to serve people just like Christ loved us. Because when we serve others, when we do something nice for someone, when we have a humble heart to serve, it is showing someone the love that Jesus has. And it can be a simple act of holding the door open, or if someone drops their stuff, picking their stuff up. But this is the deal: when we do that, when we show that kindness, we're showing the love of Christ. And in that moment, when we are serving others, it might open the door for you to tell them about Jesus. When no one else is helping them and you help, and they ask, "Why do you help me when no one else does?" Say, "It's because I love Jesus, and this is what Jesus would do, and I desire to be like him." So as you go throughout your day, desire to serve others, not be served by others. So I hope you have a great rest of your day.